Hello everyone, and welcome to my next video for Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, where I'm going to be taking on the Walk This Way Cosmos quest as part of Alphinaud's character event, and for this one I'm going to be bringing along a party of Lightning, Warrior of Light and Rosa, with a Setsa friend support and a remove summon. So for this one I felt like switching things up a little bit, because a lot of the videos I've kind of been chasing high scores and I've been using very optimal team comps, but because I think we've reached the point at which we don't really need to worry that much about the Cosmos era until the next difficulty jump and Chaos comes along, and because to be honest, chasing for scores is its own kind of fun, but I just wanted to sort of kick back and sort of relax a little bit, you know, and just use some characters that I enjoy using for a change. I figured that I would change it up for this one. I do have to say that this is probably one of the more challenging Cosmos quests that we've actually had, but as long as you pay attention and you don't do stupid shit, then you should probably be fine. So I actually thought I'd bring along Rosa for this one, because although she does get a lot more powerful and she becomes extremely meta when she gets her EX Plus and she gets her rework in the Chaos era, and by God I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be really looking forward to using Rosa. I think she's actually still fairly viable now. She's not optimal by any means of the word, but by sheer virtue of the fact that she is a supportive character, she fits in a much more wide variety of team comps, and I just kind of felt like bringing her, dusting her off a little bit, and getting her off the bench to see what she can do here. So the one good thing about her is that she does have an extremely high attack aura, especially if you've got all of her artifacts. In fact, auras is literally the best thing about her. It's like 75% for attack, 75% for initial bravery, and 50% for maximum bravery. And even though she's kind of outdated, she has no overflow on her regular skills, she doesn't hit very hard, but the amount that she powers up the rest of the team, and the fact that it's completely based on her own aura, and it's a self buff that lasts for like 10 turns, so she'll be great for turn stealers like Vayne and Lightning, and dare I say it, Ultimisia when she releases. She fits in pretty much every party composition. I mean, she can't heal, unfortunately, which is one thing that she only gets with her EX Plus, but I still feel like she can be viable in Cosmos. And I think she's kind of one of those characters that, like, if you take Chaos quests and you've got like two characters with really strong EX pluses, and then you've got support in the middle, like say Ramza or like Selfie or Alphinaud, who's yet to be released, but someone like that, someone who can carry much stronger characters just by virtue of the fact that it's what they do. I feel like Rosa can fulfill a similar role in Cosmos. So if you picked her before, then I mean, she actually combos extremely well with WoL, because her initial bravery buff makes his shields nigh indestructible. And it also makes the bravery gen that much better, and her 75% attack combos very nicely with Lightning over here, who has a generic attack buff on Spark Strike, so you get the attack buff from WoL and from Rosa, and it's like, they all stack. So I'm just going to jump in and show you my artifacts. So my Lightning is almost perfect. I think I could do with one more 108 330 when her EX Plus and rework comes along in the Chaos era, but I'm not going to worry about that too much now. And she's almost there. My Lightning is almost perfect, so that's pretty good. My wall still has kind of artifacts on him. I've still not decided which way that I want to take him. I don't know whether I want to focus more on attack or focus more on initial bravery, because I know he's going to be hitting like a feather duster during the Chaos era when the bosses start ramping up their defensive buffs. So I kind of think that initial bravery might be a better idea, because if he already hits like very weak anyway, then at least with initial bravery he gets a lot stronger shields, and his battery becomes stronger both on his HP++ and on his shining, in fact on all of his skills, so he's got that going for him. But if you have triple 108, then that does mean that his EX will do more damage as well. So if you plan on taking Wall to purple, maybe triple 108 is a good idea for him. I'm still not made my mind up what I want to do with him yet. And then I've got my Rosa over here. She only has Ifrit boards, because that's, I've not been getting board masteries for characters that I don't expect to use until they get reworked. When Rosa gets her rework, then I'll fully farm up all the boards for her, but until then, I'm just kind of not really going to bother. But I mean, we still have like some time left on Remove Super Synergy, so I might take her through that. I've got her triple Devoted White Mage artifacts, which she needs for her auras. And I'm bringing along a Setsa friend because he can do some very, very wonderful things during the summon sequence, and he also has Freeze Joker, and he has this Setsa has triple 330s, which is really nice. So the annoying thing about these bosses is that they like to spam AoE Brave HP attacks. So we've got Wall Along both for the shields and for the healing, and they also have a move called Guard Resonance, which increases their current bravery by a significant amount, and it kind of gives them this buff or this aura that reduces all brave damage dealt to them to like almost nothing. You know, it's incredibly strong. The only way you can break that is by actually breaking the enemies. So if you have characters like Sephiroth, who sets the enemy's bravery to 0, or Bartz or Gilgamesh that can do gravity-based brave shaving, that's one way to do it. If you've got Sarah, that's another way to do it, because you can kind of poison them to reduce their brave to almost nothing, so you can break them really easily. If you've got Setzer, he can kind of do it, because when enemies recover from break, they'll have 0 bravery, so you can break them really easily. Or if they are actually weak to lightning element. So I've got lightning along, and with Rosa and Wall, the lightning will be buffed up so extremely that she will be doing a lot of damage to them, even with the damage reduction aura. So lightning should be able to cut through them like a hot knife through butter, so to speak. And I'm bringing a Remove summon because of the lightning weakness, and also because I think Remove is actually kind of legit as a summon at the moment. So we've got this increases max brave by 15%. That's only 5% less than Brothers currently does it, but Remove's a level 30 summon, so it has the 6,000 max brave bonus, which is the same as Bahamut and the other level 30 summons. So actually during the summoning sequence, Remove gives you the highest possible max brave out of all the summons that we currently have. So if you've got a party that's mostly focused on batteries or that has brave leakage problems, then Remove is probably going to be better. But if you've got a team that focuses more on direct bravery damage and getting turn advantage over the enemies, then Shiva's probably going to be your best choice. So anyway, that being said, let's jump into it and see how well we do. So I'm going to use Spike Strike on the bomb because it's the only enemy that does not resist the lightning element at the moment. So we're going to have to, of course, pray with Rosa to get up the aura buffs. There we go. So lightning is going to need to somewhat conserve her ability uses, because we're going to need as many of them as we possibly can. So whenever she gets a really high bravery like this, for example, I'm just going to HP plus, and it also means that she's actually going to get more mileage out of her skills, because you see that she has the Ravager and the Commando stacks. Depending on which one you're actually using, you will gain stacks, and whenever you get to 2 stacks of one, you get the most powerful, you get a plus version of the opposite ability. So here we got Flourish of Steel plus, then with that'll give us Commando 1, and then if we use another Flourish, or if we use HP plus, that gets us to Commando 2, and we get Spike Strike plus, etc. And the plus abilities are just better. So wherever possible, I'm going to try to prioritize. I'm basically going to try to prioritize using the plus versions of the skills, because if we keep spamming skills, we will eventually run out. You do need some kind of longevity for this quest. So yeah, I'm absolutely going to be. I probably should have broken B there, to be honest. But B's only going to be doing a brave attack, so I'll use Divine Blast on B, and then we're going to be trying to focus most of the damage on A, because they actually do heal up. Oh no, yeah, I take it back. We're going to be dealing. Okay, that almost worked out perfectly. It just didn't. So we're going to need to be a little bit inefficient here, unfortunately. Yeah, there's I kind of screwed up this wave. There's no avoiding that fact. But I am going to use Shining Shield so that we can get more damage on B. We're going to be focusing on B. Let's use the Army of 1+. So A is actually going to heal here, which is really super unfortunate, and I'm a bit of a dingbat. So yeah, I'm actually going to be using Spark Strike here because we get free skill use after the EX. And I'm just going to pray here because I don't want to break A. I want lightning to do that. So I'm gonna use the EX here because we get a free skill use whenever we use the EX. So there's really no reason not to use it. Okay, so we see here that the enemies have that aura that I was talking about before, which makes them extremely resistant to being broken. So I'm not going to use Army of One straight away, because if I do that, then I'm basically going to be doing no damage. So what I can do is I can use Spark Strike Plus, which will break A, and then I can use Army of One Plus, which, to be honest, I'm also going to use on A, because if I try to damage B with that, then it's just going to be doing absolutely nothing. So I need to get Lightning's buff back up here, which is why I'm doing this. And then I'm just going to try and Brave Shave with the other two guys. So we have that free skill use. So we're going to do this. And of course, because WoL batteries with everything he does, we don't really lose too much by using a Throw Buckler there. But we unfortunately do run into the position where Lightning is going to get broken. Because Lightning shields ran out. So I'm going to do this in order for me to be able to do this. So there we go, we should be okay. Should be. Yeah, barely. And that gives A some bravery back, so we can break A as well, which is kind of nice. So I'm just going to use Shining Shield to get the shields up for everyone, because it's just that much less risky. And we are in Commando mode, so I'm hoping that I can actually use a HP plus and break. Actually, no, I don't think it will. If I use a HP plus there, I don't think it will break. I mean, it might have done actually, because like Rosa just buffs you up that much. So I'm absolutely going to use the EX. So I'm not going to use Luminous Arrow here, because that obviously does brave hits in AoE, so that's going to break B, which we do not want to happen. So I'm just going to use a HP plus. And then Lightning is going to break B. And we are going to use a HP plus. And we all do have shields, but I'm going to refresh them all. So here's where I'll go into EX with Rosa. So we do lose some health, unfortunately, on that one. So I'm just going to use HP plus to break and then get a free turn. So A is going to take a turn here, and it's going to put up that aura on both of these guys, which I actually want to avoid happening. So this is where I'm going to go into summon. Absolutely. And of course I'm going to use Army of One on B over here because I don't want Lightning to steal a turn. We are going to sub her out for Setzer, who's going to immediately go into a Prismatic Flash. Yeah, there's really almost no point using like Spark Strike here because it basically doesn't even have overflow. So how many turns does she have left on her unique buff? Knight of Etra, she has 4 turns left on it. So yeah, I'm just going to use another HP plus. So they can be super easily broken now. Let's get the shields up for everyone before we get attacked by B. No worries. Alright, so I want to leave A unbroken because... Actually no, I want to leave B unbroken because I want to attack that one with lightning. So I'm just going to red card over here, which really doesn't do very much damage. Now I can use Spike Strike. Finally I can use an ability efficiently. Yeah, you can see WoL doesn't really do that much damage with his Throw Buckler because Setzer only has a 40% aura. Okay, so this thing is going to do an all attack again, and turn efficiency be damned, I really don't want to have to deal with having to heal too much damage, so I'm just going to stick them with Freeze Joker. I do lose a free turn. Oh, I don't even lose a free turn on Lightning. Because look at this. How many turns of Knight of... I've got one more turn of Knight of Etra left, so I can actually do a HP plus on B over here, which will break. And then I can just... yeah, I'll just knock back B's turns, why not? And before Setzer goes away, let's see, are we okay? Yeah, we're okay to use a Shining Wave because Lightning has 1 turn of shield left. That has caught me out previously. I have attacked when I should have used a shield, and it has not been a very good result. Oh, I really need to reapply. I think I need to reapply Rosa's. Oh no, she does have a buff, but she's not healthy enough. I do need to refresh it next turn though. Wow, that really does no damage at all. Yeah, the one thing about Setsu's Freeze Joker is that yeah, I'm actually going to just do I'm just going to do this here. The one thing about Freeze Joker is that enemies may not recover from break, so as a result what actually happens is that the guard aura stays on while the enemies are unbroken, so you can't actually get rid of it until you actually unbreak the enemies. Yeah, let's get rid of B. Right, so A is going to attack next. I hope this does enough damage. It does not do enough damage for a free turn, that's unfortunate. Let's see, how much shields do we have on everyone? We do not have shields on lightning, so if we don't shield this attack, I'm going to take a bit of a gamble here. I'm going to try and kill A before lightning. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Perfect. And go on, WoL, bring it home. Excellent. And we get that last ditch heal there at the end as well. Okay, so that's going to be my video for the Alphinaud event. I might come back to this one with some different team comps. I might try and go for a higher score and, you know, much reduced turn count, because that's obviously not the most efficient one you can possibly do. But I just thought it might be fun to bring Rosa out for a change and kind of pair her up with lightning to get some ridiculous brave shaving going on. So that's going to be it for now. I hope everyone enjoyed watching, and until the next event, I will say take care and see you later.